Hello, listeners. It's me, L.D.E. Edwards, the author of my adventures in the time of the dinosaurs, The Island Girl, The Savannah Girl, and Delaney's Land of Dinosaurs. Today I've got a special episode for you as we explore the life of a legendary author whose stories have shaped generations of readers, Dr. Seuss. With his whimsical rhymes and unforgettable characters, Dr. Seuss's creations are celebrated worldwide. So let's dive into the story of the man behind the Cat in the Hat, Horton Hears a Who, the Lorax, and How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Dr. Seuss's real name was Theodore Seuss-Geisel, though his friends simply call him Ted. He was born on March 2, 1904 in Springfield, Massachusetts. His father, Theodore Robert Geisel, was a successful brewmaster, and his mother, Henrietta Seuss-Geisel, played a huge role in his upbringing. From an early age, Ted had a knack for creativity, which later flourished into an extraordinary career. At age 18, he left his home to attend the Dartmouth College, where he became the editor-in-chief for its humor magazine. Well, of it, that is, Jack-O-Lantern. However, after being caught drinking with his friends in violation of prohibition laws, Ted was removed from the magazine staff. Determined to keep good reputation, he adopted the pseudonym Seuss, his middle name, to keep his work in the magazine. After graduating, he went on to study at the University of Oxford, initially planning to become a professor. However, in 1927, he dropped out and he returned to America to pursue a full-time career in cartooning, a decision that changed the course of his own life. His first cartoon, under the pen name Seuss, was published in the Saturday Evening Post in 1927, landing him a staff position at the New York Weekly Judge. A decade later, his first children's book, And to Think I Saw It on Mulberry Street, was published after being rejected 27 times. From there, his career blossomed. During World War II, Ted contributed political cartoons to PM Magazine and worked with Frank Capra's Signal Crops, creating training films and propaganda posters. In 1954, he published Horton Hears a Who, a story that teaches kindness and perseverance. Like that saying, a person's a person no matter how small. The turning point of his career came that same year when a Life magazine article criticized children's literary levels. The Houghton Mifflin and Random House challenged him to write a primer just using 220 vocabulary words, resulting in the iconic The Cat in the Hat in 1957, a book that redefined children's literature. In 1957, Ted also wrote How the Grinch Stole Christmas, a story that became an enduring holiday classic, especially after its adaptation to a beloved TV cartoon in 1966, created in collaboration with animator Chuck Jones. Another timeless tale, The Lorax, was ahead of its time, teaching children about environmental conservation long before it became a global trend. Ted's personal life, however, wasn't without challenges. But while he was studying at Oxford, he met his first wife, Helen Palmer, and the couple married in 1927. Sadly, in 1967, Helen passed away by killing herself because Ted was trying to reconnect with another girl that he knew. The following year, Ted married Audrey Stone Diamond, who went on to produce the films based on his works, including Horton Hears a Who and The Lorax. Ted continued creating stories that touched hearts and minds until his passing in 1991 at the age of 87. But Ted's work didn't end there. In 1997, the Art of Dr. Seuss collection was launched, showcasing his creative legacy alongside artists like Rembrandt and Picasso. To this day, his stories remain a cherished part of childhood and beyond, inspiring generations to imagine, dream, and believe in the impossible. This is L.D.E. reminding you to celebrate the legacy of storytellers like Dr. Seuss. Until next time, stay inspired, stay curious, and keep turning the pages of imagination. Thank you, Dr. Seuss, for all your hard work.